Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Words Flow Festival. I am your host, Shaniqua Benjamin. I'm a poet, I'm a writer, and many other things, but I'm the host and organizer of this wonderful festival. Can you believe? Can you believe we are already at the last day? We have had two, sorry, this is the third night, 2 nights of like phenomenal, beautiful, powerful, emotive, fueled poetry and spoken words. If you missed out on the first night, the Young Poets Showcase, when Shantae, Sam More Verity, and Jamal Hassan shelled it on the stage, go back and watch on Upper Norwood Library Hub's Facebook or YouTube. If you missed last night, which was amazing too, with Miss Yankee, Joe Dugan, and Mark Mr. T. Thompson bringing fire to the stage, an amazing conversation. Again, Upper Norwood Library Hub's Facebook and YouTube. Check it out because seriously, if you haven't been watching, where have you been? You have been missing out. We're going to have another wonderful night today of poetry and spoken word. Before we get into it, please donate online. You could donate through the Facebook. Please donate some money to this wonderful cause, this wonderful charity. You're putting on amazing events for your entertainment in this very, very, very strange time. So please do donate. Also, please share the link. If someone should be watching this, share the link, share it with them, send it, share it on Facebook. Please do share the link. Bring the numbers up, bring people in. Also get comfortable, get a drink, get some snacks, get your dinner, comfy in your chair, just be ready to share in this wonderful ambience and feeling with us today. So, we've got an amazing lineup for you. We have the beautiful Michelle Taylor, the phenomenal Paul Cree, and yours truly, Shaniqua Benjamin, is performing today as well, which I'm actually excited about. So, everyone at home and everyone in the room, please get involved. If you've been to a poetry before, can you put your hand up? A poetry event before, can you put your hand up? Amazing. And if you feel something, like something, or engage, what do? Click. Wonderful. So if you're at home, please feel free to click along as well. Say, whatever it is that moves you to do, please do that like you're actually here with us. Really enjoy the event. So without further ado, enough hearing and rambling on from me. I've been doing that for the past how many nights? We're going to get into the performance because tonight is pure performance. Pure performance. We don't have the chats like we had before. It's pure performance. So get ready for some amazing, wonderful performances. It's all going to be different like before. So first up, I want to introduce a wonderful poet, Trinidadian-born, Crystal Palace native. We're starting again with a Crystal Palace native. I'm so happy about that. Wonderful experience, wonderful words. I'm looking forward to hearing her set. You are going to love it too. Can we get some clicks, please? And some claps. And lots of love for Michelle Taylor.
My name is Michelle, and I've got Casper here, my best friend, who is with me. Seeing it's Black History Month, I've chosen this poem, and it's all about our great-grandparents coming over here, and with good old Windrush and the island of the Caribbean, all the islands combined, Jamaica, Trinidad, all over, coming here, and today we are here. So it's just a matter of comparison, and also it's a selected poem, so tell me what you think. It's called Black is Beautiful. This poem was selected by the MAP Labour Party in launching the European Year of Unity against racism. You know, black is beautiful. I am black. Roll a bum to the beating drum. Jump up and prance. Limbo and whine to the steel band rhythm. Beads of sweat, heaving bosom and thick black hair. Black is big, black is strong, it's powerful. The depths of the oceans are black. Black clouds bring fertile rain. Black is the window of night. Starless midnight is black. Darkness is black. Fog is black. The equator makes you hot and black. Thai is black. The pitch lake is black. Treacle and molasses can be black. A lobster, a cascade fish, when caught at first is black. Black magic! Black witches do exist. Our shadows are black. We grieve in black. My blindness is black. Cure a migraine in a blackout room. Ready to see a black Jesus. Ever seen a black alien? Black is sophisticated, sexy and smooth. Hard to emulate. Black is a color you just can't rub off. Black is forever. It's here to stay. White, red, yellow, brown, and black. Rippling in a stream of colored rainbows. But under all these layers of prestige skin, we are blood brothers, circling, mingling towards togetherness around our nomadic planet. So let's shake and talk and be friends. And now, let us continue the launch of the European Year of Unity Against Racism. The second poem I've chosen is called Flowers in Springtime, I think. The thing is, it's not about Chelsea Flower Show at all, but about just the dawning of spring, I should say. Spring is here once more. In March, plant life comes alive, and roots sprout from beneath. Early morning daffodils whisper, wake up, sleepyheads. Crocuses and snowdrops are through. It's time to dress up. Yes, said the tulips, nodding. And buttercups and daisies too, as shoots and leaves springing upwards in the sky. Flowering petals burst open, displaying pretty colors, and wallflowers and stalks too. Hyacinths and bluebells ring loud, the garden masses in blooms, and perfume filling the air. Jeweled, sun-kissed narcissus are here again, with garlands of coronets adorned, dancing, frolicking with mirth. Greet and meet the violet in cherry chorus. Yes, fresh spring is here. You know that. This other poem it's called Ode to England, and this is one of my friends' favorite. Whenever I go anywhere, they'll say, can you do that poem about people and colors and Paris? And they'll say, oh, yes, yes, yes. Also, it's a continuation of the Windrush theme about us, the benefits that we have gained, being the third generation or fourth. So, Ode to England, where people are colors and colors are people. You may have been to Paris, you may have been to Rome, but have you been to London town, where people are colors and colors are people? Oh, England is a pleasant place for them that's rich and high, but England is a hard place for such poor folks like me. England, steeped in history, with its kings and queens and palaces, lawmakers in parliament, allowing us freedom of speech, rights to vote, respecting all culture, customs, and religions to exist. England, where education is for one and all, giving us a better example of our life and standard of living. Libraries full of books to read, radio, TV, theaters to hand, a trip down the River Thames, buses, underground trains to travel, park, zoos, famous sites to visit. England offering us GP, optician, dental care, NHS services free to children and the frail. England, we should be grateful, handing us out fistfuls of pounds to the underprivileged, helping us to survive. England, a tiny speck of this island you gave, but in return, I'm always whinging, shirking, complaining, blaming you for the weather, the cost of living, my very own existence, my disability, all your fault. England, I'm here to stay. And when the fading days of summer are gone, and autumnal leaves fall, and trees lie bare, and the winter's winds bite cold, snuggled, cocooned in my cozy nest, a place to rest my weary, anonymous head. England, you are my home from home, where people are colors and colors are people. I say thank you. God bless you, England, where people are colors and colors are people. So this is my last poem I'm going to do. It's called Bag Lady. I won an award at the Lambeth Town Hall for this poem, and I was surprised because there were gospel singers and jugglers, and all these people were there doing different acts. And I had a terrible time going there at first, all ready to go, and my sister said, I'm coming along with you. She just came from the Caribbean. And I thought, oh, this is good support. Then I realized the poem is about her, and it's not a nice poem. And I think, no, what am I going to do? I've selected it. So I sort of changed the first line. I didn't say the first line. But at the end of the poem, seeing it's about carrier bags and how they were very popular at times, as we all know, and now it's not. I had about 5 big bin bags and filled them with balloons and threw it out to the audience, thinking that they were like carrier bags. So that's the idea behind it. So it's called Bag Lady. This poem is about my sister. Really, it's about me. She has a passion, an obsession, and a kleptomania for carrier bags. She grabs bags from checkout stores. She rescues bags from friends' bins. And in the street, she chases bags in strong winds. Her bulging handbag is stuffed with carrier bags. She hoards bags in the home, bags in corners, hooked on walls, hanging from the ceiling, filling cracks and holes. She sellotapes bags to drafty windows, bags on the carpets, bags on the carpets, bags on doorknobs, bags on doormats, bags on doorknobs, under carpets and washed linos, bags in the toilet. Her shower curtain is made from bags, bags covering chairs and buried on the cushions. She hides bags behind a settee, bags visible everywhere, bags lining kitchen shelves, in cupboards, dividing cutlery, separating groceries, spuds in bags, and bags of carrots and greens, bags sealing cans and bottles, used as lids, bags in the bread bin, bags for wrapping sandwiches and cakes, bags found in beds, stuffed in pillows, hidden amongst clothes in the wardrobe, bags in drawers, bags she designs into turbans, into hats. She sews bags into frilly aprons and panties. Her washing line pegs out bags, bags in the garden shed covering tools, bags as wigwams to shelter animals. Creepers and plants grow in grow bags. Bags she carries everywhere. Plastic bags, paper bags, economy bags, small bags, and giant bags, multi-bags, clear bags, and Harrods bags. She saves bags as a treasure trove, as money in the bank. But when she needs a bag, that bag lady from Brixton cannot find one bag. Thank you.
Can we hear it again from Michelle Taylor, please? Beautiful poetry. I love thing about bags. I think West Indians love plastic bags. My grandma's the same. We were kind of same, plastic bags. Love plastic bags. So thank you so much. So we've got another performer coming up. She hails from Thornton Heath, CR7, born and raised. That's her trademark. Poet, writer, many other things. It's really weird. I'm introducing myself. So next up is Shaniqua Benjamin. I want to tell you about a guy and a girl. He was ghosted by the system. She was ghosted by him. They met one night in summer. His first words should have turned her off. Any others would get a taste of a face reacting to grapefruit and lime, but he had mango quality. Hey, baby. His silly saying was somehow sweet, rapidly ripening her heart, so she craved closeness from the start, smirking at him so confidently cheeky. A tempting blend of wonder and a succulent smile drew out her radiant grin, spicing up feelings at first sight. Unable to combat her cravings, even though she knew a bitter taste he'd leave disguised as sugar expected to rot teeth, but oh, if you could only see him. His swagger shimmering, every stride dripping spice, tingling tongues on sights, either excited or agitated because the heat was too hot. Unpalatable, his raw elegance flavored with ends, forcing forks to play with plates in avoidance of taste. They were unable to appreciate beauty unrefined, but not her. She feasted on every glance, he's bossman gourmet. Satisfyingly subtle, iced in gums, awakening her senses that were unmoved by suits and ties. Instead, his jeans hung kind of low. Hats crowned his head, hoods covered his plaited hair, gold glistened in his mouth. His gums attracted her, but repelled others, especially those grasping power. Again, he fits the agenda. Again, his skin ventures out of bounds. Again, invade his clothes. Again, absorb his space. Again, disturb his body. Again, outpower his right. Again, feed him concrete. Again, pattern him into place. Again, taser his character. Again, strip his dignity. Again, strip his humanity. Nothing new. The life he lived came natural. Just like their connection, at least for her. They were two waves rising the tide that paired them, cradled and calm. Two mismatched Lego pieces connected as quickly as disconnect. lost in a pile of split relationships dashed on the floor that he could build high-rise towers with, though he'd never say. His relationship with emotions was messy. Communication collapsing into ill health, eating away at a heart precious and fragile. Avoiding a face-to-face with hurt to talk about nails digging into skin, connecting so healing can begin, he turns to anger, festering into rage, tearing itself out of him, scratching at whoever is close, their turn to feel brunt of burning blades. Driving out traumas of childhood, neglect from his village, hurt ignored. Fear never allowed. He feels sick at the sound of the word. Sick at the thought of being less than a man. A man does not need pity. A man does not need anybody. A man does not need emotions unless it's anger to fuel or lust to fulfill, because sweet boys finish last. Never healed from being abandoned by dad, turfed out by mum, slated by teacher, heartbroken by girl he let in, desensitized by violence he's seen, or losing a brother. Then another. Then another. Then another. No vulnerability slipping through, always muting its effects. He'd rather be mentally in turmoil than diagnosed mentally ill, rather suffer in silence than diagnose suffering. He'd created his own safety net, then tried extending it to her. It wasn't what she wanted. She just wanted to know him. He emerged in sun's majesty or night's obscurity. She wondered whether he sent from hell or heaven, meant to be a blessing or a lesson. He says he can be both. She knows it's not true. He knows it too. She saw Lucifer or Satan in his eyes, flames manic, seductive, wild as the life he claims to live. You see, 9 to 5 is sundown to sunrise. Roaming dank air, drawing business from faces old and new, droves of names lost in person amnesia, not that it matters. Their value monetary, never personal, but he'll playmate still, smiles, banter, greetings dressed in Cockney. He might be on call 24/7, dosing cookies to sweeten life, sour days, handing out lemons, no lemonades, sprinkled flavors, seasoning events, talking a language concocted so only he knows what's going down. Vivid purple, painted across fields he's unlikely to appreciate, preferring grey splashed over cities, cream peeling walls, dogs lurking to protect and serve, eyes wild as their commanders. He cannot let his guard down, endlessly securing surroundings, Croydon to Cali, trust no one. Anyone could be out to stick a knife in his back. She wasn't blind, but his beauty outshone it all. Beautiful as Colin Kaepernick. Crafted by sovereign hands, a dream come to life on her doorstep. She unavoidably invited him further and further in, unaware He blackballed monogamy. After being blackballed by society, left it on a bench inconspicuously, not broadcast for all to see, but needing a team to boost his self-esteem. She came to see he would never be what she needed. No matter how much she wanted to wrap him in her warmth. Repeatedly, he showed her who he was. A ghost. Disappearing and reappearing, his movements supernatural. Repeatedly, he saw society wanted him to be. A ghost. Disappearing but never reappearing, his movements of no meaning. Abracadabra. He's gone. In a quick blink, as if he's not on corners, on blocks, on William Hill's doorstep. He's not buried at base of top hats or behind illusions. He's living. Barely. Grasping each hour that could be magicked away from him. He's surviving. His heart sawn in two, bleeding in the system's hands without skills of repair, not that it cares. It laughs. Waving a warped wand, spiriting him away. She never saw through him. She saw through all the mess to see his story, to see him. So even after lacerating ventricles and valves with silence, she'd still say, "You're mine." Holding onto hope he'd stop playing Casper, grow up. No more jumping out of thin air, mischievously smiling, clowning with her emotions. But open to soothing gaping scars he'd inflicted. Ready to restart their story. Thank you, everyone. Oh, sorry. That piece, I have to say, is dedicated to, first of all the poor girls who have been ghosted out there. It's cruel. It's horrible. If you can avoid it, anyone, please don't do it. But most of all, it's dedicated to every young man, or specifically, well, it was in every young black man who has been left behind and ghosted by society and a system who demonizes them and makes them animals and monsters when they're not. They're human beings, often very flawed and hurt human beings who deserve love, care, and appreciation, and to be seen, for their stories to be heard. Not even just their stories, little things about them to be heard, to realize they're humans with so much beauty and hearts that deserve love and care and nurturing, and it's often forgotten. So all my guys out there, this is for you. I love you so much. So our final performer for tonight, and for Words Flow Festival as well, which is actually quite sad, is amazing poet and rapper and beatboxer. He's just an all-round freaking amazing talent. You're gonna love him. I love his talent. You're going for a wonderful treat. So please, everybody, plenty of clicks and claps and love for Paul Cree.
1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, good evening. Yes, indeed. My name is Paul. It's lovely to be here and to be the last performer for this 3-day festival. This is my first gig since some little virus came along and took all the gigs away. So I'm very, very excited. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple of songs and then a couple of little poems. Each one is from a different area or different time of my life. I tend to write about my own experiences because if I don't, no one else will. All right, so thank you. All right, so this first song, it's called I Wanna Be a Man, and it's based, I guess, when I was a younger child. I'm from the generation where we was at school and you were sat on the carpet and the teacher would ask you what you want to be, and it was like the sky's the limit. You could be an astronaut, a professional footballer, an architect, and then a couple years later you go see the careers advisor and they got other ideas. And I was under no illusions, all right, as to what was happening to me. Okay. Oh, hold on. Technicals, all right. Do you know what? There was always something recorded on it. I didn't clear the memory from the rehearsal. That's a great start. It's all right. Yeah, thanks. There's not been a gig for months, all right? Blame COVID. Here we go. Dum 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 da da 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 dum 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 da da dum 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 da da dum dum. I wanna be a man, I wanna be an adult, and be like my dad, and coming home mangled, earning that dough, and paying all my bills, and telling all my kids that I paid for their meals. I wanna be a man, I wanna be a grown up, and drink pints of lager in my local pub, complain about the bills and the price of beer, and getting sunburned on holiday once a year. Oh, I wanna be a man. 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 It's probably a good thing I nearly always sin, cause deep down inside of me the scary beast lives. Whenever I get dough in the palms of my hand, the beast screams, spend me now on stickers and sweets. Money disappears like socks in the wash, and I'm left with bellyache and stickers to swap. Mum and dad tell me save like my older brother will, but then the beast screams loud and I spank the lot. I'm one of 7 kids, money's always tight. Clothes were hand-me-downs, we can't afford nights. Kids from my school go on holidays abroad. We go to Kent for the folk festival. I should save like my parents tell me to, but then the beast breathes fire and I've got a free tooth. I do have ambition, ideas, I got a few, but they all involve money, what to do. I wanna be a man, I wanna be an adult, and be like my dad, and coming home mangled, earning that dough, I'm paying all my bills, and telling all my kids that I pay for their meals. I wanna be a man, I wanna be a grown up, and drink pints of lager in my local pub, complain about the bills and the price of beer, and get sunburned on holiday once a year. Oh, I wanna be a man. 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 School's alright, I have a laugh with my mates, but in class I find it hard, I can't be asked most days. I can add, subtract, and I can read and write, but anything beyond that, it just makes my mind tired. I love the wind, I love looking outside, and I think about the things that really occupy my mind. My mates think I'm dumb, mouth open wide, they don't really know what's going on with my brain inside. My mind's cinematic, I'm mentally teleport when I'm sat in class, unengaged and feeling bored, but I'm worried that I'll not falling behind my cohort. There's a downward trend in my school report. The inside, I'm a war, I'm a drummer, label manager, martial artist, footballer, and famous actor. But all of those things are for brighter kids. I should probably get a job and be done with it. Wanna be a man, wanna be an adult, and be like my dad, and coming home mangled, earning that dough, and paying all my bills, and telling all my kids that I pay for their meals. I wanna be a man, I wanna be a grown up, and drink pints of lager in my local pub. Complain about the bills and the price of beer, and getting sunburned on holiday once a year. Oh, I wanna be a man. 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 Oh, I wanna be a... Right, there you go. All right. Thank you. Whew. Right, so we got through that one. All right, so I was little back then. Yeah, I did become a man of some sorts. And school didn't quite work out, and I went to college at 17, and I got kicked off my course. So I had to go and work, and I was in full-time work from 17, and I've done a whole range of different jobs since I was that age. In fact, I was working even before that. And I guess I got to the point somewhere in my mid-20s where a lot of people get where you realize where you're paying for the mistakes of the past and you ain't got a lot going on, and it can be quite difficult when you're not earning much. And the big factor for me, most of those jobs I did, I wasn't very good at. So this piece I'm about to perform was based around that time, sort of mid-20s, and it's called Primark to Experian. Thanks, I renamed it the other day. I lack gears, credit card in arrears, withdrawing cash to pay rent like a feedback loop in my ears. Spank money on beers, sun holidays with peers, booze, burgers, no birds, and sunburnt to the point of tears. Siblings set the standard and I couldn't hit the marker. Instead, tag walls in permanent marker, like an indoor firework that fizzled out straight after, thinking I was some kind of martyr. On the right, school got lapped on the school running track by top set high flyers, sort of kids that listened in class and didn't use link scans to light fires, or swap jazz mags in the C-block peapots, or bunk off in goths, or rob sweeties from the shop, or Rolly did, but we'll let him off. Got mates that put graft in, did what they had to, and now they're laughing. Big gas with flash barbecues in the garden, grand design types that don't ignite, it's all magnets or something, no jargon, couple grand, mate, bargain. I'm still clearing my path, pulling up weeds, cutting grass, removing glass, trying to lay roots and cultivate plants. Could sit on my bum, sink lager and laugh. Done plenty of that, mate. But that's not the only half. Away from that, I took time to develop a craft. Some didn't get what I was doing. Sat in my room pursuing same beat on repeat, going through paper like a shredder machine, lines and lines, reams and reams, all paragraphs. Most of it rubbish. But every now and again, I'd hit on something that shook my heart. Electroshocked this car into a jump start, and it felt good, like life could. A little lift in between the routine of work, eat, sleep that sees light pollute stars. Because when the days are dark, you've overcooked the overdraft, frozen the credit card, nothing but air in the fridge, and the only thing eating is the job feeding on your charms, and those ends don't meet, so the meter's lacking charge. And finding that extra gear to leave is a leap to a bridge too far. When that's all you've got, thus far, mate, it's hard. All right, thank you. That's the second one, now number 2. All right, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna go back onto the loop station for this one. So at the start of lockdown, I realized very quickly, like a lot of people that do what I do, all the projects and things we were working on almost disappeared overnight. So I had to go back to the beginning, essentially. And for me, the beginning is music. I always rapped. I come from a musical family. And I decided to make a little EP. I made a 4-track EP with a little ebook to go with it called Raw 64 as a boredom. So this track I'm going to perform is the last one on that EP. And The lyrics were written a couple of years ago, and then I rediscovered them during lockdown, and it kind of took on a whole new meaning. All right, so this is called Appraisal. There we go. Despite the direction I've taken, the fire in my belly still blazing. I dread the day I wake up feeling vacant, about to fight for this position I've taken. No deals with Satan, just persistent, sheer bloody mindless, and a load of luck and patience. Could have stuck out the office job, stable, 20 days off. Blabbed on about it till my gob fell off, gobbing off to any pod that would listen without nodding off. Flip beer mats talking nonsense, waiting for a sign. Life ain't Hollywood, bruv, sometimes you gotta put that nonsense on the line. Spent years trying to make it work, trying to feel some sort of worth. Kept going when no dough was in the purse, I'm not a buck. Despite what they might have thought, despite what I was taught, despite what I was put on this earth for, I worked more to manifest my thought. I wish I could have been academic and followed the conventional path. I couldn't even manage a GMVQ without landing on Mars. Some of us ain't cut out for it. Some of us need to carve our path to exist. Some of us ain't the same. Some of us sit inside in summer and wait for rain. I look back and I'm grateful for what I got. My family are rock. 2 parents who gave it everything they got. Taught me things I've not forgot. Get the frame on the cot, move on the top, frame on the cot, raising the front, time on the watch, closing the back, knowledge of God, he never stopped. I probably could have done better. Probably could have said and said never. Said never, insert cliche, rephrase and repeat forever. I'm well aware it could have been worse. I'm well aware of the air I breathe from the suburbs. There's light and shade in every turf, and there were dark days when I needed church. I've had to put up with a ton of snarky remarks about what I speak and my choice of work. That's the least of my concerns. But I'd be lying if I said I had it never burned. All I want to do is speak truth from my work. Let this little hot spot I hold in this earth. Tell the stories I saw, lived, breathed and birthed. And have a bit of a laugh, mate. Human too much for these nerds. Pull apart the gags and feel the beating heart in the words. I'm too long into this to give up what I've earned. And once the flame still burns, I keep going while there's more to learn. Apply what I've learned and keep going till I'm ashes in the earth. Ashes in the earth. There you go. That's appraisal. Woo. That's the first time I've ever attempted to do that live with all the sounds being done by me. But if you're interested, it's an EP with an accompanying ebook. Raw 64 is aboard them. You can get it from my website, paulcree.co.uk. And okay, so that was kind of me again a few years back. And then the last thing I'm going to finish with, I'm all right for time, Shaniqua, I'm all good. So I'm going to have one more piece to finish with, and this is kind of where I'm at now. Again, this is written before lockdown. Okay, it goes like this. You might find me up in Pomela's in Tower Bridge, sitting with the boys for a couple drinks. Come 10:30 and we've all chipped. Life's to live when we all value kip. Mid-30s now, I've calmed down. I was never bad, but man, I like to head out. Down pint seat bass and then brock out. See it on my face. I'm tired now. I've written pages on escaping my hometown. Did it, done it, said it, dead it. So what now? I'm not rich, but I'm not skint. Bills get paid and I can buy around. Treasure the look on my missus' face On the days where there's things we can celebrate. There's been a few, mate. Hopefully more. Maybe get a gaff and that. Pictures on the wall. There's still plenty of rubbish to get me mad about. Don't get me started on the politics. Kept the socials for gigs, sealed lips and mouth. You never know, I might explode and let it all out. Stood on stage and got paid to speak. Flippin' hell, mate, for me that's a feat. Or maybe it just took time to believe. School days like water for the seed. Wrote about school, made my fingers bleed. Squeezed every last drop from my memories. So what now? The future's full of maybes. It's hard though, mate, because things have been alright lately. Getting lazy, or am I getting older? Back in the day, it was a little bit bolder. Life's alright now, I got a holder, but I'm old enough to know and know nothing, remain a roller. That's me done. Thank you very much for listening. Cheers, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Paul Cree, everyone. Wasn't that special? I love watching the loop station. I love just watching the different sounds and I just love that. I think it's such an amazing talent. I wish I could beatbox. It's so freaking hard. It's so hard. But thank you, Paul and Michelle, for joining me tonight at Words Flow Festival. Beautiful performance, a beautiful way to end these 3 days. Guys, can you believe we've come to the end of the festival? I can't believe how quickly time has gone. But I want to say thank you to everyone who has joined us on the live stream for the past 3 days. Please keep sharing the links. Please share it to anyone who you think will enjoy and will like it. And please donate as well to Upper Norwood Library Hub. What they're doing is amazing. All these wonderful content, wonderful creative content, which is so important right now because the arts, the creative industries are fighting for their lives in this weird time. So please support them and please continue to support the arts. The arts are amazing. And as I will say, every night, poetry is amazing and poetry is for everyone. You heard on Saturday from young people. You heard yesterday from a variety of spoken word and poetry. You heard today music and poetry, rap and you had rap, you had theatrical poetry, spoken word, page poetry. Poetry is across a wide variety of things. Poetry is in the language you speak every day. Poetry is for everyone. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's for everyone, young or old, black, white, or Asian, whether you are able, disability or you don't have disability. Whatever you are, poetry is for everyone. So please write, please express yourself, please put your poetry and your stories out into the world because your words need to be heard and art needs to be seen. It's the most amazing, wonderful thing you've seen across all these 3 nights. Everyone has expressed themselves and bared their soul and been vulnerable, given a piece of themselves to you. That's what the arts does. And it's brought us all together. It's brought us together and it's a lovely thing. I want to say thank you to everyone who's come out and been in the audience, which I know some people don't want to do. And there's someone you haven't seen, but he has been here every night. Luca, thank you so much for coming out every single night. So wonderful, so lovely. It means a lot. I want to say thank you again to Paul and Michelle, to Miss Yankee, to Joe, to Mr. T, to Jamal, Shantae, and Sam. Literally, I couldn't have done it without you. You guys made it what it is with your amazing performances and your amazing, amazing, wonderful voices. A big thank you to Upper Norwood Library Hub, to Galena. Give it up for Galena on production. Galena's been amazing. She's made this place look beautiful and she's been up and down with cameras and sound and everything. And Daniel was at the bar and was making sure everyone was safe with temperatures and stuff. Thank you, seriously. Amazing, amazing, amazing dream team. It's been wonderful. It's been such an experience. And I have really enjoyed this. I really have. I'm very honest and I really have been struggling to perform. I wanted to perform this year and wanted to host. It's kind of got me out of that and got me out of that funk. So it's been really, really great for me as well. So to be part of this and give to you guys. Again, I have been Shaniqua Benjamin, your host and also Words Flow Festival organizer for these past 3 nights. Have a wonderful rest of your night, wonderful rest of your year. Write poetry, support the arts, donate Upper Norwood Library Hub, and take care. Love you all.